Coming up next on Motor Madness. Sharpen your pencils and take good notes because class is in session. Check out your favorite Demo Derby daredevils in the back-to-school bash from the Riverside Park Speedway. Get ready to play the roughest game of tag you'll ever see. It's going to be more rowdy and action-packed than a schoolyard during recess. Right here on Motor Madness. Next.
You know, I think it's very important for us to dedicate this portion of our show to one of the true greats in the music industry, Mr. Jack Jones. Jack, this is for you, babe. Try to remember a kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try.
Get out! Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Remember September. I'm going to tell you this September, you will never forget. Right here in Agawam, Massachusetts, Demo Derby back on the air. And I guarantee you one thing, we're going to get funky on asphalt tonight, right here on Madness.
Welcome to the gym that is Riverside Park Speedway, celebrating its 50th year on the Connecticut River just south of Springfield, Massachusetts. Tonight it's the Autoward Back to School Bash and more. Hi everybody, I'm Steve Evans. And by more, I mean we have an extra added attraction. They're going to love it, you'll love it. Of course, we have Demo Derby, the last time to qualify for the Intergalactic Crunch-Off later this year, late October. But we're also throwing in Figure 8 racing. It is a hoot, a staple here at this raceway, and with 60 cars out there, it is going to be a four-wheel train wreck. You know, this time last year, we found a lot of rivalries in this region of the country. Here is Dan Pastorini.
Well, that's right, Steve. When you think about great rivalries, you have to think about Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, or our own Dusty Rhodes and Harley Race, or the Hatfields and McCoys. Well, we have a combination of all three of those great rivalries right here tonight with the Battling Bucknams and the Bad Boys from Brockton. So how do you guys feel about tonight, Steve?
We feel good. We're here to put on a show. We come here to whoop their butts over there. This is no problem.
Let's go over here and see what the Brockton bunch has to say. Jim, man, what do you think?
With these guys, they're all going to be retired. There'll be no more fights.
Well, there you have it. I guess there's only one question left to ask. Who's going to win? Let's go to Dave Burns.
Whoa, Dan. Sounds like it's getting a little bit rough down there in the Demolition Derby pits. Meanwhile, on the other side of the track here at Agawam's Riverside Park, they've got 60 more cars lined up to do the Figure 8 race that Steve talked about. 3 wide, they're going to start them, and they're going to go in that Figure 8 pattern, which means they're going to cross twice every lap. Now, if you don't think that's going to cause a little mayhem in these 4-cylinder cars, what about the fact that they're going to run this race enduro style? What does that mean? That means that the yellow flag is basically thrown out. If you spin or wreck, you just sit there. They're not going to stop racing until this thing is over. That's Motor Madness, and it's going to come a little bit later tonight on the show. Steve Evans?
And always bringing a touch of madness to the home base is Dusty Rhodes. I love the way you handled that lounge lizard on the riverbank. That was cool.
I'll tell you what, Steve, it is going to be one big night here on Motor Madness. You know, the most asked question everywhere I go is, are they with you? Do you have surprises for us? And yes, they are. I got 2 surprises tonight. But first of all, the Dream Girls, Stancy and Kim, making their way down right here behind me. Number 1, surprise. Here they come, Steve. Look at it, baby.
Even got their own theme music.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee it. They're going to get up here and give me some sugar. I won't get indicted for this, will I? Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, now the picture is almost, are you wiping it out? Almost complete. Look at that lipstick mark right there. Look like I've been walling in it. Anyway, I got another surprise for you.
Really?
You ain't gonna believe that. Okay. I'm talking royalty. I'm talking bringing royalty to the set Dream Girls, go over there and bring this royalty up if you will.
Royalty, really?
Yes. There he is.
What? Butterscotch Jackson is royalty?
Butterscotch Jackson trained to change tires on demo cars.
Yeah.
And he was out trying to learn to be a demo driver. What's going on, Scott? Sit down here, man. Sit down here, man. Put that headset on and say Butterscotch, not the one that say Spare, man.
Where's Spare?
I don't know where's Spare.
I think he's out bowling with Ralph Shaheen.
He's crazy.
Good evening, America. The madness is back, and we gonna get wilder than a monkey in a hailstorm. Woo!
Let me ask you a question now, because
Right.
I bragged to Steve and Dante about your knowledge of the demo.
That's right.
Now, are you ready to give us some real knowledge here?
You can ask me anything I want. I know Dale Earnhardt's barber. Bring it on.
You know what?
What's that?
Dale Earnhardt's barber.
That's right.
Steve, it's going to be wild night here on Motor Madness.
Woo!
Okay. Well, everybody, you heard it here first. Butterscotch Jackson is on the set with us as an expert commentator. Stay with us. When we come back, we will have the first of 11 shootouts, Demolition Derby action to be followed later tonight by figure eights, a wild night on T.N.N. Motorsports.
World Back to School Bash is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that every Miller Lite is sold ready to drink.
We are back at Riverside Speedway. Our first shootout is just about ready to go. There were 6 cars involved, Dan Pastorini. They have wetted down the asphalt for a couple of reasons. One, so they don't get quite as much speed on this very tacky surface. Another is so if a tire comes off a rim, there's not as many sparks that could get to the gas tank, which in a lot of these cars is in the conventional location.
That's right, Steve. They have a little danger factor tonight with the gas tanks in the position that they are with being in the normal position as opposed to being inside the cockpit and protected from the frame. We're getting ready to go to grid 1 here. We got number 5, Liz Eby, number 8, Mike Gigatino, Jeff Blake, number 35, Greg Fain, 52, Billy McMahon, 75, and 80, Roger Larson Jr.
And I'll tell you folks at home, listen to the fans roar for the 08 car, Mike Gicantini. He is a huge favorite here from East Haven, Connecticut, and donates any money that he wins to charity. And Liz, she is called the Gutsy Grandma from Canada.
Woo, guys, they started to pick it up and lay it down now.
Let the carnage begin.
That was good impact there at ground zero.
And there's Liz. That's the 05 car. She's actually from Lenore, North Carolina. We do have 4 ladies competing tonight, and 1 is from Canada. Oh, man, it's getting aggressive quick. Another reason, guys, they watered down the racetrack was to cut down on the tire smoke so that we could see things.
Yeah, that's right, too. And, you know, they get a good bite with that cement out there, so they wanted to slow these cars down a little bit.
I tell you what, Scotch, what do you think? You go to pick a winner right here, you need to jump out on the limb and pick one.
I'm picking Bill McMahon. That's Ed's boy.
Bill McMahon. Ed
McMahon's boy.
Oh, man, you talk about the smoke. Dante, it's already smoke up here on Motor Madness.
As it always does.
Now, these are 3-minute shootouts, and only 2 will advance to the final tonight. Dutch Holland will make that determination, as always.
There's a number 80 car, Roger Lawson Jr. from Milford, Massachusetts. 2 years Derby experience.
I tell you what, that big old yellow car, the big banana there, Dante, can you see him pushing and shoving right off camera just a little bit?
Yep. That 35 car,
Yeah,
Jeff
right.
Blake.
See him going around him right there.
From New Hampshire. He's got a lot of experience, maybe the most experienced driver in this first shootout, and look at him use it. Boom!
Great hit there.
Oh,
Great
beauty. And you can hear the tires squealing, can't you? Listen.
Yeah, you can still hear it.
All right.
You're going to need more water on that track to cool this thing down. I tell you what, look at that. Now, Scott.
Billy McMahon.
Hey, what's happening? Billy McMahon, is that your man?
That's Ed's boy.
Billy McMahon.
He's come down here. Johnny Carson's in the stands, and he's rooting for him, too.
Minute 27 left, 26 as it counts down. Billy McMahon out of Howell, New Jersey. The big banana doing a heck of a job. And here, the 5 car is a sitting duck. That is Liz Eby. The 80 car, Roger Lawson Jr. from Massachusetts. Just a student. Hasn't got a lot of experience, but she's got a lot of aggression.
You saw there in the graphic, she beat her husband so bad he had to retire from derbies.
Yeah, she calls her husband Dip, and he calls her the Warden for obvious reasons.
I guarantee you, beat her so bad, had to retire. Watch this shot coming in right here. On board, baby. Oh!
On board with the gutsy grandma.
A little stall there.
Yeah,
You just kissed his grits one time there, boys.
I'm telling you, she didn't tear into a big hug and lip lock, did she?
But grandma took a huge hit to the front end.
Good granny.
The radiator very vulnerable there. Ooh, baby.
Wow, that had good sound to it. We'll tell you what, that 80 car's all bundled up in the back right there. Still moving. Look at the big banana. Dante looks like it hasn't even been caved in. He must have super duper, heavy duper steel inside that car.
Or he's been laying low.
There you go.
There ain't nobody gonna peel him tonight, though.
Just about over 14 seconds left. You can see the steam pouring out of a number of these cars, including 80 of Roger Lawson Jr. But I think Roger's got a good shot of being picked to go to the final. Only 2 will go.
Bingo!
Ooh, good shot right there. And that's it.
Bingo! Bingo!
B-I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name. Oh!
Well, the action hot and heavy. Let's take a quick look back at some of the most outstanding hits that the judges will be looking at, Dan.
Yep, there's number 80, Roger Lawson Jr. getting plowed by Jeff Blake there. The big banana. From good shot from rain car camera from Liz Eby. There's Liz right there, the 05 car. Getting a little bit in the water down there. It seems a little bit thick down there in the infield. There's a good shot on number 52, Greg Fain.
Yep. If you're going to use the front end, use the corners.
Yep, she's doing a good job in that.
Okay, let's go down to Dave Burns. He is with Dutch Holland. What's the Determinator's decision?
That's right. Well, the Demolition Determinator, Dutch Holland, and Fran, his wife, are here as usual. And it is going to be the 05 car of Liz Eby and the 75 of Ed's son, Billy Big Banana McMahon.